Ooh, camera doesn't bobble too much. Well, that's good. Hey, back again for recap of Monday Night Raw. Oh, sorry about that with the phone going. I bumped my stand. It goes wobbly. Yeah, just can't help it. I'll have to get a stronger one or something. More of the six. So everybody say hi, Dwayne back there. He's always on there when I'm doing this stuff. So, tonight, they do kick off Raw with a little video thing of what happened last Monday when Raw ended with them trying to put Solo back in line with the Bloodline, but as everybody remembers, he says, "Hey, I'm sorry," and then takes out Roman. So it does leave Solo and LA Knight standing tall in the ring after everything is done. It's a great recap of what that, and of course, they do start out tonight with LA Knight in the ring talking about what happened last week, and Solo comes out and they do a good back and forth talking about what happened and what may happen coming up here soon. And Solo um, has a new shirt on. And it's like pew pew. I didn't quite see what it said on there, but gave reference and stuff like that. So, um, and then the beginning of this, then the Usos come out and say, quit talking shit because gonna they want to take them both out and hand deliver them to Roman next week, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. So that is in the process, and gonna possibly be a match for the night, most likely. First match of the night, Stephanie Fakir makes her way back after being gone for a while. And she is going against in one part of the Judgment Day, Roxanne Perez. Um, Good match. Of course, they had interference with from the Judgment Day to try to help Roxanne win. Didn't work. When Liv tried to jump in there too, oop, sorry about that. Out came the man Becky Lynch, and with that little help from that, Stephanie did get the win on Roxanne Perez, and we'll see how that goes because Becky went up and says, "Yeah, that's twice you owe me." Um, we're gonna see that. I said I see that could be a triple threat with that, or going back and forth between Becky and it's a good chance. Um, but yeah, they're still gonna have Stephanie Figueroa against Becky Lynch somehow, some way. No, I know it is. Then they do a backstage segment with Javon Evans, or well, no, they don't do a backstage. But they talk about Javon and what happened last week, and there's gonna be a match where Javon does take on Big Cass later in the night. Then let's see here. Rey Mysterio has a segment backstage with Dragon Leg, wishing him luck for his match. Um, Dom and JD go after Ray, saying, "Hey, why isn't the King of the Luchadors in this match and whatever?" Give him shit. But then Javon Evan comes in and like blindsides both of them, takes them both out. It's kind of funny. We're doing that. But then we have the next, the semifinal match. Up we got Ray Phoenix versus Dragon Lee. Great match. No doubt about it. Two of the best, two of some of the best top 10 luchadors that we got out there in WWE. I don't know if there's that many in there. I think it's pretty close, but they're two of the best. Great match. As Ray Phoenix getting the win, and it does set up the Ray Phoenix will be going against the winner of what's coming up later on is his brother Penta and Laparca, which it's going to be good. But then also coming up next after the commercial um, is going to be the contract signing with Obed and Braun for Saturday night's main event. Obed comes out first. Then they bring out Braun. They go back and forth, and that Braun signs it. And then, as we talked about it during the podcast, this might be the demise of um, Braun from division, or the downfall of Paul Heyman not working with Braun or division anymore. We'll see. It is because he slapped it at Paul and says, "Here, you signed it for him because that's who you're representing. You know, that's your advocate now and everything." Well, Obo was kind of distracted from that, and I still love it because he calls him a angry orange man. I'm not sure because it's spray tan, something like that. But he attacks um, Oba. Austin Theory comes out to try to help him. That didn't really work because everybody else goes out of the ring, and um, Oba gets down on a knee but gets up, takes out Braun. He's outside of the ring, grabs Theory, puts him through the table, and then he grabs the contract, signs it, throws it at Braun, and it's going to be interesting to see. It's like, yeah, who's the future? It's going to be fun. As I said, I think this is going to be a one-time match, and they're gonna come back to this eventually again. Because I don't think they need to do 3. They might, but I do one to say, hey, who's gonna beat, and maybe they'll have like a double count out so they don't find a winner in this one. That would only think then they would go on to the next one. Let's see. Yeah, it is true. Audio issues. They had problem with mics or something like that. But Usos and Jacob were in the back and talking shit, and Jacob reminded them, "I don't answer to you or you, just the tribal chief, and that's it." And Jacob's getting pissed off at the Usos, so I said, "Yeah, something might come out of that too." I know, probably. Um, then we have Javon against Big Cass, the next matchup. It's a good match. It's good offense by Javon against Big Cass, but he does lose to Big Cass, big boot in his head, and it's just picks us to win. I knew that was going to happen. Um, and for some reason, Dominic Mysterio and JD come out and started beating on Javon Evans after that. So it's yeah. Sorry about that, dealing with something. But they did announce that it was going to be the tag team of LA Knight and Solo Sikoa against the Usos as the main event for tonight. But then we had a backstage talking about Sol Ruka getting her rematch against Raquel next week. Lyra comes in and or Io's in there and congrats her, and then Lyra comes in and she just, it's like, I don't know if she's not wearing any makeup or she looks really rough and kind of like freaks Io out, which is interesting, you know. Um, Next up is going to be the next match in the tournament semifinals, Penta against Laparca, and I think Corey said was like the third generation of Laparca. I remember him back in WCW day. He's changed a little bit, but yes, it's the family keeping on the lineage of La Parca, which I think is great. Um, I don't think I've seen any La Parca since I first seen him. They're all been just great performers and everything. Um, Great match with the two. Penta had to do a um, he did a springboard off the second rope to get him the Mexican Destroyer on La Parca. La Parca's a little bit taller, so you need a little bit extra oomph to get him. So next week, um, next that is probably next Monday, because it's like gonna be 3 weeks until the Mexico show. Monday night and running around Mexico, but next week it's the Lucha Brothers going against each other, Ray Phoenix and Penta, to see who's gonna win and face Roman. Um, I love Ray Phoenix, but I think it's gonna be Penta. If it was Ray Phoenix, it might be more of a squish, but I think Penta. I mean, showing him that one he can be in the main event picture because he's an Intercontinental Champion. Did great holding that. This is establish him in that um, the main card, the champions, and I it'll be great. But yeah, they're talking about NXT Heatwave and AAA this Sunday. As I said, it's going to be on YouTube, and then if you get YouTube is free. Then if you get the ESPN, of course, you're going to get NXT on CW if you want to do it that way. It's free. Um, or you can get it on um, the ESPN app. Or if you're internationally, it's going to be on Netflix, of course. Um, it's gonna be pretty good. We're gonna have a good Sunday because also All In coming from Wembley. I don't know exactly what time that's going to be, but you get wrestling all day. I mean, no matter what. I mean, like you can replay it on Netflix if you're internationally and watching all these, or just watch on a CW or the CW app the next day and stuff. So many different ways to watch everything, but as I remember, AAA is going to be free on YouTube. That's the best. I mean, free, especially because NXT to be free on CW. Um, then Chad Gable, he's talking to people in the back and Pierce about the match and everything like that, and he gets interrupted by Ethan Page saying, "Yeah, you give these all these washed up Hall of Famers, I should get a chance at this," and insults um, Chad Gable, and Chad Gable's, I was gonna give you a shot, but now you kind of lost that. So yeah, is that gonna Ethan Page ego is gonna be his next opponent? I don't know. We'll see. Um, me never know. We'll have it. I mean, he did mention to him that he tapped out him in the gauntlet match, but we'll see. Yeah, they did have for next week. Yes, it is the women's IC title. Raquel defends against Sol Ruka, getting her rematch. The number of contender tournament, Penta and Ray, and of course Roman's going to be there to um, see who's going to be his next opponent. Um, but then we hear because of the win or whatever that Stephanie Vicure is going to challenge Liv Morgan for her title in a couple weeks on Raw. Yeah, in 2 weeks on Raw. So, that might be in Mexico. If it's in 2 weeks, I believe so. That's going to be good. Let's see how much outside interference happens with that too, which unfortunately it does happen. Um, then it's time for the main event. Usos making 3 minutes through the crowd. LNA gets on there. It's a good match going back and forth and everything like that. Um, then out of nowhere, we get interference and they take out everybody. OTM from NXT, Bronco and Nima and Lucian Price. If you guys don't remember them, OTM, they're the group. They had the bikes out riding their little BMX bike, which we thought was funny. Then they changed that and they came out normal. Um, the one, can't remember which one it was, is working with AAA. Now they come out with Royce Keys, and they lay waste to everybody. And as funny as like they took out Solo, they took out LA, they took out the Usos, they took out everybody. Um, yeah, Royce is coming back as a heel. Um, a hell of a way to end the show. I'm like, wow. And that's Royce Keys' new thing now. He's gonna come back and be a heel. Yeah, I guess we will get more on that on well, they'll recap on our Friday, but we'll get more of that on next Monday when they are back at the regular time. I believe next Monday, not early like they were this one. The one in Mexico City, that might be an early one too, because it's in Mexico and the time difference from now until then. It possibly is gonna be early. You never know. They do that sometimes, but I thought it was good. Raw, shocking way to end it with Royce Keys with the heel. They're booing the shit out of him. Um, one hell of a new faction, whatever they're gonna call it. Um, I didn't figure that OTM would be getting called up. They did a video promo earlier in the show too. I have another call up, and it's set for 9/14. That's what it says. So that I believe that is. I'd have to look at the calendar, and I think that is when they are in Mexico City. I'm not sure exactly whatever or after that, but from a hint of it, it looks like is Lola Vice is going to be coming up on Raw. You saw a little of the shaking of the booty. That's her thing. Put it on the gloves. That's her thing with the MMA background. Um, it's gonna be good. I mean, her coming up, a new tag team coming up. That's good. Now we're just waiting for the Street Profits to come back. We're gonna get a load up of tag. Maybe somebody else will show up too. But this is interesting. What's gonna happen with Royce Keys and Jacob and Solo and I? It's going to be interesting. It's probably the first thing they're going to talk about. Our first thing to come up. LA is going to be in the ring, or Solo, or it's going to be Royce Keys and the OTM next Monday, starting up the show, explaining what they were doing and what they're going to do on Raw. Interesting. I love it. Tell me what you think. I'll be doing a recap of. Try to do a recap of NXT, so I can do that, and then I'm going to do a lovely prediction of Heatwave AAA for this weekend, and also don't forget to go after see our lovely sponsors, our Syria Syrups, NordVPN. You can get 30% off with doing Jesse 30 on there. I Got to figure out how to put a link on there to codes so you can get money off on those great syrups that we have. They're so good. Coffee syrup, smoothies, they're awesome. VPN, great. I love using it. Give me ad protection. It's great. So please go check out our sponsors. Do that. That'd be awesome. Great way to support us. If you can't do it on Patreon, we'll give you some goodly treats and stuff that you can have at your home and enjoy it and watching your Raw and SmackDown or listen to our podcast by enjoying our lovely products that we have for you. So until the next recap, which is in the next couple of days, we'll see you then. Bye bye.